At the end of every year, your teacher has the chance to teach a lesson about other lessons in their context to enhance. But what do you suppose our teacher has us do? He skips the lesson, makes us present a digital LEQ. Elocution needs historical evidence, reasoning that can corroborate in advance. A complex thesis that Dr. John P. Irish would admire. Then we drop the screencast like a single that is fire. Student created screencast free to like, subscribe, and share. We know you had on John Green and Steve Hammer you can bear. If we have the most views by 10 p.m. Eastern on the 5th day, we earn 500 bonus points, which virtually guarantees an A. Without much more fanfare ado, we present our digital LEQ. So the topic we are discussing is the Columbian Exchange and its effect on the Americas and its people. Our big idea questions for today are: how did the Columbian Exchange impact the Americas and its people? What were the positive and negative effects of the Columbian Exchange? So our thesis is the Columbian Exchange had a profound impact on the Americas, most notably by diversifying American populations through migrations of Europeans and enslaved Africans, but also by introducing new crops and domesticated animals. However, the Columbian Exchange had many negative effects on people in the Americas, such as the spread of diseases from Europeans. Therefore, the Columbian Exchange had both a negative and positive impact on the people in the Americas. So in 1453, Sultan Mehmed II led the Ottoman Turks and invaded Constantinople, which resulted in the cutoff of Europeans from trading with China with goods such as porcelain and silk. To avoid being double taxed by both the Venetians and Ottomans to reach China, explorers set out to find a new route to China. Instead, the Americas were found and trade began. So during the Columbian Exchange, loss took place. Loss of crops, animals, diseases, resources, and technologies were exchanged. Disease hit the Native Americans and started a rapid process of death in the natives of the land. So the book Sieur de La Salle shows La Salle's discovery and exploration of the Mississippi Valley, written in the 17th century, 140 years after De Soto's exploration of the Mississippi Valley. Native Americans weren't around during La Salle's time, but during De Soto's exploration. So, historical evidence number 3. This image of a sugar plantation is showing Africans under the supervision of a European supervisor harvesting sugarcane. African slavery was a negative effect of the Columbian Exchange. This excerpt, The History of the Smallpox, written in 1815 by James Carrick Moore, gives us insight of how the disease traveled from Europe to the Americas, which after resulted in a major issue. Smallpox was one of those diseases that made people in the Americas suffer during the Columbian Exchange. Another positive impact that the Columbian Exchange had was the introduction of crops. The positive impact that animals had on the Americas was how cattle were brought to Mexico in 1521. They became an important source of food and can pull and lift heavy loads. Horses allow hunters to travel great distances and increase the area over which natives could search for food. So the themes that were used in our presentation is Theme 4, Economic Systems. With the arrival of the Europeans, they brought with them crops and livestock, which allowed the Europeans to be able to produce and exchange goods and services for profit. Theme 5, Social Interactions and Organization. Once the Europeans arrived in Americas, they brought diseases which negatively impacted the Native American population. Theme 6 was Europeans brought over with them technologies, ideas, plants, and animals to the Americas. So here's our sources. So in conclusion, the Columbian Exchange had a profound impact by diversifying the population through the migrations of Europeans and enslaved Africans, which also resulted in the introduction of new crops and animals. The Columbian Exchange had both positive and negative effects, such as Native American populations being devastated through the spread of the deadly diseases with contact from Europeans, as well as new crops and cattle being introduced to the Americas. Thank you.